Okay, this is definitely the hardest part so far. There's a cute little waterfall behind us here. What's up, everybody? This weekend we're going to 2 hot springs, some waterfalls, a lake, and doing some sweet hiking, so come along for this adventure. We're planning on starting in Bend, heading down south, staying in LaPine State Park in a cabin for one night, and then going over to Paulina Lake. There's a hot spring that we're going to try to hike out to, and then we're heading over to Umpqua Hot Springs, and there's a bunch of cool waterfalls along Highway 138 that we're going to go check out. We love Umpqua Hot Springs, so hopefully everything goes well and we're able to get some good soaking in. We're stoked to have you guys along for the ride. We're going to give kind of some tips and tricks about how you might plan your trip to these places, so it should be helpful for you when you're planning your trip. So now we're heading to LaPine State Park. We've got a cabin booked. It was about $60. It's just heated. It doesn't have any plumbing, I don't think. So we'll go check it out. It should be a good time. Check out what the inside looks like. All right, we're getting settled in here in the cabin for the night. When we got in yesterday, it was pretty foggy and moody, but right now we've seen some blue skies, so the weather did look like it was going to be a little nicer today, so we're pretty excited about that. Our plan for this morning is to kind of walk around and explore LaPine State Park for a little bit, but our main destination for today is Paulina Lake, so we don't want to spend too long here, but we're going to just chill, make some breakfast. It's so cool that you can visit LaPine State Park in the winter and stay in these cabins. You can even camp if you want. We are planning on sleeping in the car tonight at Umpqua Hot Springs. So the weather looks really nice for these next 2 days, so we're super stoked. Alright, we are saying goodbye to our cabin at LaPine State Park, and we're headed over to 10 Mile Sno Park, which is up near Paulina Lake. The road past that snow park is closed during the winter. Super stoked to go check it out. Alright, we just got to 10 Mile Sno Park and we are ready to hit the trail. We've got the miles ahead of us, so let's do it. Alright, we're headed off on the trail. It's definitely totally covered in snow. We'll definitely get to Paulina Falls, but maybe we won't make it all the way to the hot springs. We'll see. We do have headlamps in case we're there until dark. It's about 11:15 now, so we'll probably be hiking most of the day. If we make it to the hot springs, we'll soak for a little bit. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We're walking on this snowmobile path. I think we're almost to the waterfall. I think I can hear it. Well, we made it to Paulina Falls.
Good.
It was about 2.2 miles from the parking lot. We have Paulina Lake Lodge here behind me. This is a super popular lodge in the summer to come stay at, but you can even stay here in the winter. Snacking on that Trader Joe's Trex Mix. It's called Trex Mix. You guys ever go to Trader Joe's? This is a super good deal. Simple, tasty, affordable. Trader Joe's. Trex Mix. That is the beautiful Paulina Peak. We've hiked up there in the summer and the views are super nice. You can actually drive up there too. Alright, we are leaving Paulina Lodge. Got about 2.5 miles left to the hot springs. We'll probably be walking back in the dark a little bit, but hopefully it's worth it. We can get a good soak in. Also the sunset might be really pretty, so. I think the hot springs are right over there, just to the right of that snowy spot. Kind of right there. So, I don't know, doesn't look too far away. This part of the trail is certainly less trafficked. We're sinking in a lot more, but there are some tracks here. Other people are crazy enough to do what we're doing, so I guess that's reassuring. We love this trail because you stay by the lake the whole time. We've done this in the summer and you can actually hike around the entire lake. It's about 7 miles in total. Okay, so we've been walking on the trail around the north side of the lake and it's gotten progressively worse quality. I think people have turned around at different points and we actually just found where the last person turned around. That's where the tracks end. And we're also on this super steep hillside. Okay, this is definitely the hardest part so far. We're on like a super steep hillside and breaking trail, but the views up here are so pretty. It's hard to complain. And I know that hot spring is close by. Definitely post-holing super deep right here. All right, we just came to our first sighting of the hot spring. I don't think I can see it exactly, but I know this is the spot. It's right down there on that beach. Where is it? Do you think it's around the corner there? Well, we're pretty close. It's been a heck of a time getting here. We're just breaking this trail. Although I think we're now back on the actual trail. Well, we made it to the beach where the hot springs are, but I'm not sure exactly where they're at. I don't see any steam anywhere. The water also seems pretty high, so perhaps the water's too high to find them. Maybe they're submerged, but kind of walk around here and check things out a little bit. I know it's definitely right around here. We saw a sign, but it was sort of hard to walk down to this beach area. We were not on the trail for a little bit there. Kind of a cool old dock. We're just sort of walking along this beach trying to find where the springs might be. I have a feeling they're up here. Okay, so we definitely found them. The water seems pretty high. Is it warm? Well, there is a shovel here. And there's definitely a little bit more of a pool. What do you think? Underwhelming?
Bummer.
Found evidence of a settlement on this remote section of beach. Oh wait, oh, okay, there may be something up here. And that one looks pretty slimy. I'm definitely not getting in that. But honestly, this one up here looks by far the most soakable. Okay, so I think we can both agree this hike was way harder than we thought. We did not expect to have to break trail through the snow, but I guess it was a little ambitious thinking other people were doing this. So maybe that was our mistake, and we are just beat. We finally got to the hot springs, but it's 3 o'clock now. We've gone a distance of 5 miles, but it took us like 4 hours because the snow is so deep, but it's gonna be getting dark soon, so we're sort of like hesitant to spend much time here and soak. We've also thought about going around the other side of the lake because there's roads, and we've definitely heard snowmobiles over there, but I think we're gonna continue or go back the way we came just because we followed our tracks, and if it does get dark we can just follow our tracks if it does get dark, so maybe a little more safer. There is one hot spring here that isn't super swampy and actually looks a little soakable. That shovel, it's just not very deep.
Lukewarm and waist high. Still fun.
Yeah, still an adventure to get out here nonetheless. We're on our way back. We have to go all the way from this side, around that side of the lake, over to about right there where the lodge is. But we're making slow progress, slow and steady. Sunset isn't anything special yet. Really our goal right now is just to make it back to the car. We are exhausted and we still have so much longer to go, but we're still optimistic. And yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along. Good morning from Toketee Lake Campground. We've made it here. It's close to Umpqua Hot Springs. We had a crazy time finishing up that hike last night. It was way more difficult than we expected. The snow made it super challenging. We totally overestimated our abilities to do that 10 miles in the snow. By the end, I mean, we were digging so deep. It was so hard. I think it's probably the hardest thing I've ever done physically in my entire life. And I'm not even exaggerating. It was that challenging. And we've done some really hard hikes. We've both done 20-mile days on the Timberline Loop Trail. By the way, we have a video about that trail. It's around Mount Hood. It's pretty fun. And then some brutal days in Olympic National Park. For some reason, I think the snow made it so hard because every step was insecure, and a lot of the snow was slushy and a lot of the snow was really deep, and we were just sort of post-holing a lot, and it was so much more tough than we expected, so we'll never do that again. We would recommend just doing the part where you hike out to Paulina Falls and Paulina Lake. Maybe be grabbing lunch at the lodge and just hanging out at the lake and not go to the hot spring because the hot spring wasn't even soakable. I mean, it probably was if you dug it out, but it wasn't really worth the effort to get there. So, what do you think, Gab?
It was pretty miserable. There were some really good views, and it was, there were some high highs and low lows for sure. The final stretch back in the dark was really rough, but we made it. We were so tired that we were gonna go home after we got back to the car. We didn't know if we could drive all the way over here. It's a 2-hour drive to where we are now,
We're gonna just take a chill morning and then go soak in the hot springs.
Yay.
I've been sick for the last 2 days, but yesterday just really made it catch up with me. So yeah, I'm not feeling super great, but still gonna go check out the hot spring. I think that will actually help, just getting a nice soak, and the hot spring should help our sore muscles too. Make some breakfast, maybe make a fire too here, and then get ready to go to the hot spring. Every time we come here in the winter, there's just not many people, so it's super easy to get a spot. And it's always a blast to camp here. Sometimes it's been cold, but right now it's honestly not cold. I think the high is supposed to be near 60 today. Unseasonably warm for this area, but we're definitely not complaining. So the original plan was to actually wake up super early in the morning and hike out to Umpqua Hot Springs from here, because it's so fun to get a soak in the dark. It's just an extra cool vibe. But after yesterday's hike, we were totally not gonna do that plan. So we're just gonna hang out here for a little, have a nice campfire and make some breakfast, chill, and then we'll make our way over to the hot springs. It is a Monday, so there probably won't be as many people there as on a weekend. Another reason we wanted to wake up super early is you get the best chance of there being not many people there. But this is going to be such a fun day. We love this hot springs and we're so excited to see what it looks like. Hopefully people have been respecting the area. If you do come here, it's so important that you don't leave any trash. Certainly don't bring any glass whatsoever, because it's just a terrible idea. I want to give you guys a tour of our little campsite here. We've got the fire pit and the car over there where we slept. This side actually has not one, but 2 picnic tables, and then the river is just there behind me. There's actually only one other person here. You can see that's their car over there. But we have otherwise the whole rest of the campground to ourselves. Abby's still hanging out in her sleeping bag. We're so tired from yesterday, our legs are super sore. But I'm still making the hike out to Umpqua Hot Springs. I don't know if Abby will. I know Abby will, because it's such a cool place. Making some tea. We got some oats on deck. We just drove 2 minutes or so from our campsite to the trailhead here. There's a few cars, but it's not crowded, which is nice. We probably won't have the place to ourselves, but it'll still be really fun to soak. And yeah, it's like I think a 2-mile hike in now to the hot springs.
You can also go straight from the campground, which we've done a couple of times. It's a really nice run from the campground if you are looking for a run soak in the middle.
Yeah, there's a really nice trail that goes all the way to the campground, to the hot springs, and probably even farther.
It's probably 6 miles round trip.
Well, the trail's a little snowy, but certainly nothing like yesterday, so we're super happy to not have to trudge through any more snow. Yesterday definitely traumatized us. We opted for hiking on this trail rather than following the road because it's going to be more pretty and there seems to be less snow. can now smell the hot springs, which means it's very close by. And I see some steam up ahead. Alright, we're soaking. It's a super nice temperature. There's a cute little waterfall behind us here. There's nobody else here. There's actually some people right over there, but that log kind of separates the other pool over there, so it's actually nice and private. So there are the pools kind of up on the top of this rocky hill, and then the river is actually just down the hillside there behind me. So it's a really cool setting. We just finished our soak. It's been about 2 or 3 hours of a good hot spring session, and we're just heading out. We actually got really lucky. There was only one other group there when we arrived, and the water temperature was great. No complaints. We got a long soak in, and then some other groups started arriving, and so now we're just heading out. So this is the parking lot that you can drive to in the summer, but right now it's closed. So we got to walk down the road about 2 miles. We just got back to the car after our nice soak and 2-mile hike back. Today we've hiked about 4 miles. Yesterday we hiked 10 snow miles, which was super hard, so our legs are definitely hurting. But the soak was so good, really helped out with the sore muscles. We're making our way over to Toketee Falls now, which is sort of back by the highway. And it's nice, everything here is really close together, so you don't have to drive super far. You can go soak at the hot springs, drive 4 minutes to go check out Toketee Falls. So it's super easy, accessible stuff, at least on the roads. We made it to Toketee Falls trailhead. You can see this big water pipe behind me is transporting water somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where it's going. Probably do some research a little later. We're on the trail headed towards Toketee Falls. This is one of our favorite waterfalls in all of Oregon. And we certainly haven't seen all of them, but this one is super impressive, and it's a short hike in, not too far, and it's so beautiful. We're really excited to see it this time. Okay, we just got back to the car after seeing Toketee Falls, and that hike is so pretty. The moss and the trail, I mean, it feels super magical. The falls themselves are just impressive. They're just raging. We're all adventured out for this weekend, so we are heading home now. There are lots of other really cool waterfalls along Highway 138, and definitely worth checking out. A few of them you can just pop in, like not even a hike. We're just so tired at this point, and we're both feeling kind of sick, so we just want to get home. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This adventure was super fun. We've been home for a few days now. It turns out I actually tested positive for COVID and have been recovering, but it was definitely an adventure. Being sick that whole time was pretty rough. But I'm so glad we did it. It was so much fun. If you want to do a trip similar to this, you totally should steal this itinerary. We've got some information linked below that might be helpful. If you found this video fun to watch or valuable, then definitely consider subscribing. We're planning on doing some more adventures, in the coming months and posting some more vlogs. And it would really help us out if you subscribed and liked this video if you want to continue to see similar videos. We also have a website with a bunch of helpful articles about mostly Central Oregon and the Oregon coast, but we're continuing to add articles as we go visit more places. Overall, we're really excited to help other people explore the Pacific Northwest. This region is where we call home, and it's just so much fun to explore, so we really want to help other people do the same. With that said, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and peace!